So, yes, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to say hello to everyone in the Facebook group, and I'm going to say hello to everyone on Instagram. We are having a 3-day Q&A party right now in our group here on Facebook. It's the Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman group. You're all welcome to join. It's a group about the law of attraction and about business, about advice, about inspiration, about all those things. So let's check if I'm online here. Yes, we're all right. So great. All the people on Instagram, welcome. Hello Peter, I'm going live in my Facebook group and I am live at the same time on Instagram as well. So all the people on Instagram, just hop on over to our Facebook group as well. We are having a 3-day Q&A party. So I went live yesterday at 1 p.m. I'm live now at 1 p.m. and I'm going live tomorrow as well at 1 p.m. You all can ask questions and get inspiration from other people's questions. I got a lot of questions in via email. So if you got a question, just pop them in the comment box and I will answer them. This is all about the law of attraction, about business. It's all about, hello Jeroen. It's all about the universe. You can all ask all of those questions. But we're going to start off with like a small breathing session just to get into this flow and get into this feeling of this life, to arrive. So 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. So, yes, amazing. Feels good for me to just do these few breaths. It's been a busy morning and I didn't even have the time to, do my hair, brush my hair before I went live. I'm like, oh my God, there's no time anymore. Being on time is more important than my looks, I think. So that's why I just came on live at 1 p.m. sharp with wet hair. I think you wouldn't mind. So the question I got in yesterday via email was from Irene. And she asked, hi Carolina, I'm a light worker and a psychic therapist. And sometimes I can feel very lonely, as if nobody understands me and thinks what I do for a living, which is a huge part of my identity and my personality as well, is weird. And how can I attract more like-minded people? Hello, Vincent. This is such a good question because I think it's a feeling that a lot of people have, It's something like when you're busy with the more woo-woo stuff or more like a niche kind of thing in your business, that a lot of people might think that it's kind of weird. Hello, Charlotte. It's a Q&A party today, so it's all about questions about the universe, about your business that you can ask. And we are now answering a question from Irene. And she's saying like, yeah, like in my business, it's like nobody understands what I'm doing. I'm a psychic therapist and a light worker and nobody like gets me, and it's part of my identity. So for her, it's important that other people understand her. And what I would advise Irene is to look deeper into how she thinks about the other people in her life, how she thinks about all the other people around her, like the people that she feels don't understand her. Do you, Irene, feel like there's a gap, like they're very different as well? Or do you see like the similarities between you and all the other people who don't understand you? The question, it's just like a reverse question, like, do you understand them? It's always a mirror. When you're seeing people around you and when you're feeling something, all the people around you just kind of reflect what is going on inside of you, like what you are feeling inside of yourself. So maybe it's not the other people who don't understand you. Maybe it's also you who doesn't understand all the other people around you. So maybe that's also something to look into, like, can you blame all the other people, or should you look inside of yourself as well? And a lot of times it's also to do with worthiness, like, do you accept yourself? Like, a lot of times it's about self-confidence and self-worthy. Like, do you feel worthy enough for other people? And are you confident enough? Like, when you feel so confident that what you do is great and it's amazing and that you are doing an amazing job, I don't think you would feel uncomfortable towards other people, even though they didn't understand you. I think you wouldn't care. So I think there's still like this little uncomfortableness going around inside of you, you know? Like, there's this feeling of, hello Dine, welcome. If you got questions, just pop them into the comment box. So just to recap, we're answering a question about from Irene, who emailed me the question, and she said, like, yes, I'm a light worker and a psychic therapist, and she feels that a lot of people don't understand her, and therefore she a lot of times kind of feels a little bit lonely, because for her, the psychic therapist and the light worker that she is also part of her identity. It's not only her job, but it's also part of her identity, and therefore she feels like it hurts that other people doesn't understand her. And that's really common, I think, that a lot of people have that question, I think. Hello, Dine. So what I would suggest, it's like all the other people around you, they are a mirror. They are reflecting what is going on inside of yourself. So when you are having a conflict with another person, or when you are explaining to the other person what you are doing or what's going on in your life, actually you're sometimes like having this conversation with yourself. Like, when other people don't understand you, sometimes, or a lot of times, it's actually something that's mirroring back to you. That you are not understanding yourself, or that you are not confident enough yourself about what you are doing. So it's always for yourself to really get into that position of being really confident and feeling worthy of what you are doing, and that you are so certain about it that it doesn't matter anymore what other people think. And at the same time, when you feel so different, like when you feel like, oh, I'm so spiritual and all the other earthly people, they don't know what they're talking about and they don't know anything about the universe, they're so different. All the time when you are seeing that gap, when you are seeing that difference, when you are seeing the other people like, oh, they're so different and they're far away, and therefore I feel lonely, there's nobody who understands me, then it's also you and your vibration who are creating that gap, who are creating that distance. So it's really important that you start to look in all the other people around you that you feel don't understand you. Try to understand them. Try to feel the connections and like the similarities between yourself and them. Like, how are we all the same? How actually doesn't it matter what kind of work you do or what kind of identity that you have? Aren't we all the same? And from the moment that you really start doing an effort of really looking into that with other people, you know, that you're really looking into that in all the people that you meet and that you see, that you really see like, yes, that's a similarity, or oh yeah, we're so the same actually, and still we're so different, but still we're also so the same. And the more similarities I think that you are going to see in all the other people, the more other people are going to reflect back to you that they understand you as well and that they accept you as well. It's always a two-way street. So when you are feeling like, oh, I'm lonely and nobody understands me, it's always a two-way street, and it's always at the same time you who don't understand them as well. So look inside of yourself, worthiness, be really confident about what you do and who you are and where you stand for, and really look for all the similarities in all the other people around you. And then the connections are just going to increase and increase and increase. So, time for a second question that I got in my email inbox yesterday. So that was from Azuzu. So Azuzu asked me, how many times per week do I need to visualize to have results? So that aspects of, you know, the law of attraction, there are like kind of exercises that you can do to make it work, or to actually, it works all the time, the law of attraction, but maybe to understand it and use the law of attraction to your benefit, you can use kind of a lot of exercises to make it work for yourself. And visualization is one of them. Like when you are having a dream, you want to do something in your life, you want to create and manifest something in your life. Visualization about the end result, like your dream that's already manifested, when you are visualizing that, that's really powerful. And why is that powerful? It is so powerful because when you close your eyes, or when you're like daydreaming with your eyes open, doesn't really matter, but when you close your eyes, for example, and you are seeing that dream completely come true, and you're really living it, you're playing it like a movie in your mind, you know, like you're really there, and you really try to feel into it, you really try to feel the emotions that come up, you really feel into yourself, and you really are seeing it. And what emotions come up? Okay, sorry. So the emotions are super important. Like you can visualize, but when you don't have the emotions, then it doesn't really do anything. So every time that you visualize, you really have to see it. It's like when you watch a horror movie, for example, and you're really at the end of your chair and you're feeling the emotions of fear. That's feeling the emotions when you see a movie. Like when you're watching a romantic movie and you are having a tear welling up when you see, oh my God, that's so cute. That's when you're watching a romantic movie and the emotions really well up. You really can feel yourself in that position, you know, of the lead character. Or when you're watching a comedy and you're really laughing, you feel that joy inside of you. That's the same like when you're visualizing and seeing your movie, like your dream, your end result in mind, and the emotions well up. You can almost, it's like it's almost true, it's there. And at the same time, when you are like calling those emotions for your soul, it's as if you are feeling it or vibrating it right now. Your soul doesn't really know the difference between visualization and reality. It's all about the emotions and the vibrations that you offer. And at the moment that you are visualizing, that you are feeling it and seeing it and living it in your fantasy, for your soul, the vibration is still the same as if it was a real situation. You are vibrating that specific vibration as if, oh well, hello Titus, as if you are vibrating that specific vibration as if it was true and as if you were really living it with your eyes closed and in your fantasy. So now the question is, how many times per week should you do it to really have the results? Well, that's a good question, and it will be different for everyone. I mean, not everyone will be able to really feel the emotions. Not everyone is as far away from their dream or their manifestation. Like some people are really close, and then when you're visualizing, it can be boom. But when you're over here and the gap is like this big, and you're visualizing, it might be that you're coming closer to like the real reality and the real moment, but I think the journey will take longer. And how many times per week do you do it to have results? That's really, the more the better, but it's, you shouldn't be visualizing all day long, 7 days a week. That won't help. I would do it like once a day or twice a day, maybe in the morning, maybe in the afternoon. It also depends, like, are you only visualizing your big dream? Like, a lot of people just have big dreams, like that one thing, that villa near the ocean that you want, or all the money on your bank account. That's like this big dream that you want. Or the law of attraction, you can also use it, and visualizing, you can also use it to like visualize the small parts of your day. Like you can use it when I'm going, for example, to meet my friends tomorrow evening in a bar, and we're going to meet up. I can already visualize it, like how much fun we're going to have, and how much we're going to laugh, and really have this connection with one another. I can really visualize it. And that's about the small, really reality life things that you can do. You can do it every morning just to start off your day, and really visualize your day. How good is it going to be? Really to set your vibrations, set your intentions, and really get your day going. So I would really advise to do that kind of exercise every day, or maybe every few hours, just before you go into another part of your day. Maybe you go in the morning, you know, you have a meeting with colleagues or something. You can visualize that when you're on your way to that. Then after the meeting, maybe you're going to lunch with your boss, for example, or with your mother. Then you can visualize that before you do that. When you're on your way there, then just for every segment of the day, you can visualize. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to visualize like half an hour or something, but you can like feel into it. Like, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be positive, and you can really call for those emotions already to set the tone to go into the next segment. So that's visualizing the really small parts of your day. So I would do that, or every day at least, or like even every hour for each segment. And then for your big dreams, you can do it like in the evening before you go to sleep, when you're laying on your pillow and you're just visualizing yourself to sleep. You can do that, like see yourself as the most wonderful and powerful, best version of you. That's a very good way to fall asleep, because then you are calling for those good emotions, for this feeling that you are doing well, you know. And then you also go to sleep. You already prime your wake-up cycle. When you go to sleep with these good vibrations, and when you make sure that you go in bed with this good feeling and this blissfulness of you and a successful you, then when you wake up, we tend to go immediately back to the vibration that we left off in the evening. So it's already good to prime your vibration the evening before, when you're falling asleep, or just before, to really wake up in this energized and good vibe, you know. That's really a tip that I can give you. So what else did I wanted to say about that? And then visualizing your dreams, anytime it feels really good. Your big dreams, you know, you really can't put a number on it. You really can't say like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5. It doesn't work like that, because like I said, some people are here, other people are there. It really depends how good you are with it, you know. Some people really are not very good with visualizing themselves. Like I've had clients who say to me like, yeah, I close my eyes, but I really can't picture myself. I see, hey Chantal, welcome. Other people say like, yes, I close my eyes and I see the whole thing, the visualization, but I just can't seem to see myself in the picture. It seems so far away from me. I don't know why, but I can't see myself. So for some people, visualization is still a step too far. And maybe then for those people, it really helps. Hello, Chantal. So glad you're here. So for some people, it really helps to have your journal and just journal along and just write your whole story, like your dreams, and just think about it like, how would it be if my dream was already fulfilled? And you just start scripting, for example, instead of closing your eyes. So it's a different kind of visualization. It's like scripted visioning. It's the same visualization. You're still going into that vision and you're still going into that vibration. When you're writing down, hello, Juandra Love, welcome. If you got questions, it's all about the law of attraction and it's about business. You can ask my advice, so go wild in the comments. So it's all about having that feeling, those feelings, those vibrations that you're calling for, you know. You want, it doesn't matter if you're closing your eyes and seeing that movie reeling true of your dream come true, or if you're just scripting it down and feeling those emotions and that vibration coming up. When you're writing it down, it's just the same. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you are feeling those vibrations, you know. That's the most important thing. So that was it about visualizing. I don't know if someone else got a question about visualizing. I think I went kind of deep on this subject. So hello, Harry Eyes Williams, welcome. If you got any questions about the law of attraction or about business, you're most welcome to pop them in the comment box and I will answer them. It's a Q&A party that's actually going on in my live, in my Facebook group. It's Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman. So everyone on Instagram is very welcome to join us in the Facebook group, Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman. So then another question that I got was from Sydney. I got a question from Sydney and she was asking me, I'm trying to start an online business as a fitness coach. And when I just got my certificate, I felt pretty smart. But the more I go deeper into the knowledge of our body and how it all works, the more I realize that I know nothing. And it crumbles my confidence. Can I even help people if I only know half the truth or knowledge? Sydney. What an amazing question. Hey, Celia Reniers, welcome, or Celia Reiners, I don't know how you pronounce it. Welcome. If you got any questions, just pop them into the comment box. It's a Q&A party, so all the questions about the law of attraction and about business are more than welcome. So at this moment, we're answering a question from Sydney, who emailed me a question. She couldn't be here live and she was going to watch the replay. And she's asking a question that I can relate to very well. Like when I was just starting out as a health food coach a few years ago, I really felt the same. Like the more I got into that knowledge about health and nutrition and all, the more that I knew, like, oh my God, I still don't know anything. There's still so much more to know than I know at this moment. What am I even talking about? I know that I want to have my own business, but I still have not found what. Something drives me a bit. I don't know what yet. Oh, I'm going to answer that in a minute. After I've answered Sydney's question, I'm going to get to your question. So, and that's from Sydney, who's saying like, I feel it like there's so much more. Can I even feel confident to help people if I don't know? There's still so much more that I don't know about. I mean, I already know a lot, she says, but I don't know everything. And I think there's some kind of imposter syndrome coming up, like, am I good enough? Who am I to be telling people what to do if I don't even know, if I'm not a doctor, or if I'm not like a scientist or something. Like, the more you read, the more you see like, oh, there's so much knowledge. But my question to Sydney is, can you help people? Have you already helped people? Are there people who had really nice results and who were really, really happy with what you had to offer? And I think you're going to say, yes, yes, of course, yeah, there were a lot of people really happy with what I had to offer. And then that's enough, I think. Like, of course, there's always more, but that's why there are like coaching levels. There's like, I mean, I'm coaching people about the law of attraction and business, and then I've got a coach, and then that coach also got a coach, and that coach also got a coach. So I think there's always like a hierarchy. When you're looking, for example, at like a very famous guru in your industry, where do you think they get their mustard, or where do you think they are learning from? There's always someone like more experienced than that people, and then from that people, the professor or something, he's also learning from someone or something. So there's always the next level, and I think that's good. And I think you shouldn't let yourself be held back by that. It's okay to be conscious that you don't know everything, and you don't need to know everything. I think when you have got clients or like an audience that are just like a few steps behind or something, yeah, behind is not even a nice word, but who you can help, like, do you got skills? Do you know more? Can you get people results faster, easier, and less effortless, for example? If you can answer those three things, can you get people results faster, more effort, or less effort, so effortless, more effortless, or you know, faster, more effortless, or easier, you know, like in a better way, then you are a good coach, and then you can absolutely help people, and at the same time you can grow, you can learn more stuff, and maybe then you can coach the next level people. Like, all your clients are also gonna grow. Like, it's always in life you're growing, and that's the beauty of it. You shouldn't let yourself be held back by that, by knowing that there's so much more. You are great where you are right now, and it's really nice that you acknowledge that for yourself, that you are not a know-it-all. There's still new things, there's still improvement to make, and I think that's beautiful. I think that's a good way to approach your clients as well. Like, yes, I can help you to that level, but at that level, it's just where I am. So from there on, we will have to go together, you know? So I think that's really a good thing to keep in mind. So I'm going to check now on Juandra Love's question in Instagram. So she says, I know that I want to have my own business, but I still have not found what. Something drives me, but I don't know what yet. And that's since years. And it requires so much money, and I cannot quit my 9-to-5 day because of the money. It is so hard here in Europe, and I still didn't find a mentor who helps or teaches me, even if I visualize it. But hope lets me think that it will come, but it's exhausting. So that's a really great question, or a great situation that we can handle. Like, Juandra, I feel you've got this drive, you got this dream, you got this goal that you actually want, and then as a natural result, there is some resistance popping up. Like, you're saying things like, it's hard, it's exhausting, it requires so much money, I can't quit my 9 to 5 because of the money. Those are all kind of limiting beliefs. And limiting beliefs are beliefs that hold you back, that actually don't serve you. Like when you're thinking that, do you feel great? Does it make you feel good and in a good emotion? No, I don't think so. So it's important that it's really good that you can like write down everything that's going on in your mind right now, like you just wrote down at this moment, and then you have to go and check like, is this really true? And nothing is really true. The truth is only manifesting because you are thinking it, because you are vibrating it, because it is like a belief that you have, and then it is manifesting, and then it is becoming truth. I don't want to say that you are not having a hard time right now, but the only thing that I'm saying is that it doesn't need to continue. When you work on changing those kind of limiting beliefs and changing your vision towards it, and really feel like, yes, I'm going to own it. I know there are beliefs that are holding me back right now. I'm like arguing for my limitations. When you're saying like, I don't have money enough, it costs so much. Those are all argues, you know, affirmations for your limitations, like why it's not possible. And you shouldn't put your all your energy into why it's not possible. When you put all your energy to the other side, why it is possible, then you are going way further. So when you start saying like things like, it requires so much money, you can write it down. Limiting belief number 1, it requires so much money. We're going to turn that around. Limiting belief number 2, I can't quit my 9 to 5. Limiting belief number 2, we're going to change that. It's so hard here in Europe. Limiting belief number 3, we're going to change that. Because those are affirmations. You're just affirming that over and over to yourself. And when you're doing that, you can't get any further. At this moment, this might be true in your life, or it might feel that it's true in your life right now, but it doesn't need to stay true. Like when you're changing your beliefs and really working on those, you can really create a new reality. You can really create a new feeling around it. So when we're looking at, it's so hard here in Europe, you have to write things like, what is a better feeling what is a better thought to think? Like, it is easy here in Europe. And why can we think I'm just saying like just the opposite. You're saying it's hard here in Europe, but that's a feeling that doesn't serve you. So how can we turn that around? The opposite is, it's easy here in Europe. So when you're thinking it's easy here in Europe, at this moment you might think like, I can never think that because it isn't true. But try to like think wild. Why might it be easy here in Europe to start as an online business owner? Like, here in Europe, we have a very good social, network. Here in Europe, we got like the social system. Like when you get unemployed, you get still unemployment money from the government. I don't know in which country that you live, but here in Belgium, that's the case. There are other things that are really easy in Europe. Like you can say like in America, the market is already so overcrowded for the online business, and in Europe, there are not that many people doing online business yet. So we are so lucky here in Europe to start an online business. The market is still less crowded. Those are all beliefs that make you feel better about being here in Europe and starting your online business. Those are beliefs that won't hold you back, because when you're saying, it's so difficult here in Europe, those are only beliefs that you say to hold yourself back. It's because you're scared. Those are only beliefs that serve you when you don't dare to take the plunge. And those beliefs hold you back. So you have to turn around all your beliefs and look at them all at once and say like, how can I think about it in a way so they will serve me, and so actually they will empower me and push me towards my dream? How can I really feel and approach all my thoughts in a way so that I can feel good about starting my own online business? Am I talking fear or am I talking empowerment? Like, the truth doesn't exist. Like, all those fears, that's not the truth. Like, yes, indeed, starting an online business kind of costs money if you, from the start, already does all those softwares and all, but you can start in a different way. You don't have to start with all this software or all the investments at once. You can start at a small, you can start, you know, in a different approach, you know, and try to think like, I'm going to start like just in my community, in my locally, and do some meetups and coach some people one-on-one, for example, and then after a while, when I got more traction, then I'm going to go online. You can do it in different ways and different directions, and then that kind of feeling and that kind of thinking won't hold you back. And then you say, yes, but it needs also an idea. Okay, yeah, absolutely. That was also part of your question indeed. I'm just going to take a sip of my coconut milk. Oh, this is so good. I so love this coconut drink. Yeah, you need an idea. So, Juandra, I'm curious. And I know it's not easy to really find or go with what you want to do for the rest of your life, but you don't have to make it that definite. Like, at this moment, I feel that you're thinking like, I have to find this thing that I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And that's like a really big cloud hanging over your head. It's like, ooh, then you can start thinking like, ooh, but yeah, I don't know if I want that for the rest of my life. Ooh, that feels like, am I going to be able to hold on to that? Oh, I got a question here from Celia as well. I'm going to answer it in a minute, Celia. And you can think like, I'm just confused with the question of Celia at the moment. No, sorry. So you have to think about, what do I want to do at this moment? Maybe you want to take on a new hobby, for example. What at this moment are you most passionate about? Because I have to say, I was a very multi-passionate person as well. When I studied, I started out with studying graphic design. And actually, I always wanted to be an actress, and I'm going to Hollywood. But I started doing graphic design, and I started working for magazines. And a colleague asked me, when I just started to work for the magazine, she asked me like, yes, do you miss going to school? And I was like, good question. And I started to think about it. And then I thought like, oh yeah, actually I do. Like, when you're in high school, you're learning about mathematician stuff like sinuses and cosinuses and all those crazy things in math. But then I go to art school, and then I learn about all these art forms and all these specifics about paintings and stuff. And then you start working, and then I already forgot about the mathematicians when I was studying arts, and now when I'm working, my memory is just, it's vaguing down. The things that I once learned, it's vaguing down. So I was like, I want to keep on evolving myself. I want to have new information coming in. So what is it that I want to do? So then I started doing just in my free time, in my spare time, woodworking. I thought like, yeah, maybe I want to become a woodworker. So I started doing woodworking on Saturday. I got up on Saturday earlier than I had to get up in the week for my 9-to-5 job. So on Saturday, I was going to be a woodworker. A colleague of mine, his dad died, and he sold me all the woodworking stuff from his dad, and I had it all. I had this bench, I had this turning table, I had everything I needed to have to start doing woodwork in my spare time. But it was all just in my hallway, and every evening I was looking up recipes, and I was busy like on the internet looking for recipes and health and nutrition information. And then I thought like, I have to be honest with myself. It was always actually my dream to open my own lunch place, you know, like this little cafe or bar where I sell lunch to people, and like this health food bar. I want to open that. So I went on after school studies to like have that certificate to open a restaurant. So I did cooking classes to get my certificates. And then while I was doing my cooking classes, was 3 years education. When I was doing that, I got interested and I did a massage course. I already felt like, I don't want to be pinned down in the city, like on a really like a building that needs to be open all the time. I want to be able to travel. And at the same time, I was getting gut problems, so I took an online course to become a nutritionist, because nutrition was always already something that interested me. So I did that whole nutrition course. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to start an online business in it. And then I started doing health food coaching and online business. After a while, it was all for the Dutch market here in Belgium, but I felt like the Dutch market in Belgium, like the Flemish part of Belgium, is way too small. I have to go English, I have to go international. And when I went international, I changed from health food to the law of attraction and business and all those stuff, because while I was setting up my first online business, I used the law of attraction, and I used all these marketing things, and I did lots of courses on marketing and stuff. And this is now what interests me the most and what I'm doing right now in my online business. But all this long story just to tell you, actually, you don't need to know or to decide, you just have to start. Start with an online course. Start with something that you are interested in. Start with something that you are passionate about right now. And along the way, you will get further on your path what really is the most aligned with you and your personality and your lifestyle and what fits most with you. But when you are just waiting and sitting at home or doing your 9-to-5 job and saying like, I don't know what I want, then you are affirming over and over again, I don't know what I want. So change that affirmation in your head to, I'm finding out what I want, I'm getting closer to know what I want, I'm getting closer to know what I want, I'm almost there, I'm feeling it, I'm getting closer to know what I want, I'm on the lookout, all the universe is sending me signs to know what I want to do, what is really my passion and what is really my thing. So I really hope that helps. I really just want to encourage you, just start doing something and you will really get on your path and get on your way, because it's all about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's actually really not about that 7-figure business or 6-figure business or even a 5-figure business. It is about the journey. It is about you having fun. I mean, seriously, that woodworking course, it was amazingly fun. That cooking courses, those classes, we had such a blast. It's all about the experiences that you do in your life and that make up your life and that create your life. So really just start doing something and you will find what you want to do. Then over to Celia's question. Sorry that you had to wait for that. So I have already a business and client, but a little. 2 years ago, I was a lot visualizing what I wanted. Now I have a part of what I wanted, taking care of my kids most of the time. But now I am stuck and cannot see clearing higher revenue, as I know that a lot of work is needed to attend more and that and don't want to be less with my kids. It's a strange feeling. How can I be not stuck anymore? It seems like a good question. I'm quickly going to look at it again. So 2 years ago, you were visualizing what you wanted. Now you have part of it. So you got a business and you got some clients, not so much, like a little, but you got your business. You got what you wanted, but part of it. And mostly you are taking care of your children at the moment. And actually you want to grow with your business, but you are stuck seeing like how you can get in more revenue without being less with your kids, because you want and be with your kids and have like growth in your business and have more revenue, but you can't visualize it or you can't see it. That's kind of what I am feeling from your question. I think I am right. If I'm wrong, you should comment me in the comment box. So that's a very good question. We kind of already had a similar question yesterday, but I'm going to answer it again because it's just a good one. First of all, at this moment, I feel that you are feeling, hello Annemie, welcome. At this moment, I feel that you are feeling that it's one or the other, that you feel like it's or my business or taking care of my kids, and it can't come together. So this is like a limiting belief that you have to work around, and you have to change that for yourself. This is something that you really have to work on for yourself. Take your journal, write down, it is possible for me to have a successful business and have a lot of time with my kids. That is an affirmation that you have to work on, but maybe at this moment you might not yet believe it. And then you kind of have to make a focus wheel about it, or a rampage, or like scripting it out, why it is possible, really think about it, like really, exactly. So good, Cecilia, I got your question, good, that's great. So you have to think about that question, like write it down and write down all the resistance that's come up, why you feel that it isn't possible, and how you can then turn it around, just change it, reframe that affirmation in your mind. It is possible to spend a lot of time with my kids and have a successful business, because when we're thinking about it, don't we all go into an online business to like have a business that fits our lifestyle instead of our lifestyle that has to fit around a business? An online business is meant to be a business that can really work for you, that you can plan all your stuff and everything that you want to do around your lifestyle and around everything that you want to do. So I would also start with a list of what you don't want to give up. Like, how many times do you want to be with your children? Like, from when to when do you want to be with your children? Like, I want to get up and do this, like your ideal day. And when are the hours that you do have time for your business, or that you can take time for your business? Maybe when your kids are asleep, or maybe when they're napping, or maybe when they're at school. I don't know how old they already are, but mostly they take the most time when they're like very small and not going to school yet. But then maybe you can work on it when they're asleep, maybe, and maybe indeed you want to sleep yourself when they're asleep. But think about it. There's always a way around it. There's always a solution if you want to see it. But if you are focused on it's this or that and it doesn't work together, hello Leo, welcome. It's a Q&A about the law of attraction and business going on. So if you've got business questions or law of attraction questions, you can ask them in the comments. We're also working in our online group in the Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman on Facebook group. So everyone on the lives is also welcome in that group on Facebook. So I think for you, Celia, it's very important that you see all the limiting beliefs that are popping up when you are saying to yourself, it is very easy to have a business. You can like exaggerate it to really feel what kind of limiting beliefs that are coming up and what resistance and emotions that are coming up and thoughts that are popping up when you are saying to yourself, it's so easy to have a successful business and spend a lot of time with my children. I am so glad that I have this business that totally works for me and totally supports my lifestyle. Try to script around that and try to really work it out, and then you're going to feel thoughts that are popping up in your head that are saying, no, that's not true because. And those thoughts that are coming up, no, that's not true because, those will be the resistance, and those will be thoughts and like really planted seeds in your soul that limit you and that block you to really have that success and to really see for all the solutions that might be there to have both, because you really can. There are so many people who've gone before you, and it's still a limiting belief to think that for example, so you say, so I have to deconstruct to be able to visualize again higher revenue. Absolutely. First, you have to see what is blocking you. So there's something going on inside of you, or something that you planted inside of you, like, it's not possible because, and you, of course, you don't want to give up time with your children, so you don't want to give into that. So that's why it might be blocking all the extra revenue, you know? So I would really start scripting it out. Hello, welcome, Sumitsk. Difficult name. You're so welcome. It's a law of attraction Q&A party around business and the law of attraction. So if you got questions, pop them in the comments. We're live on Instagram and live in the Facebook group that you're very welcome to join as well. The Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman group on Facebook. So if I were you, I would really write down and journal everything that comes up about, one, having higher revenue and what will be, you know, accompanying that higher revenue. Like, I think at this moment you are thinking like, when there's higher revenue, there will be more responsibility, there will be more work, it will be all busy, I won't have the time for this and for that and blah blah and da da da. And those are all things, limiting beliefs and blocks that are coming up, and then you're saying like, I want higher revenue, but immediately you're blocked by all the worrisome thoughts that are coming up. So when you are like a few steps ahead of them, and you know what kind of blocks are coming up, what kind of thoughts are popping up, then you can turn them around. You know what they are, so you're a step ahead, and then you can reframe them all into positive ones. You can say like, I choose to not believe that anymore. Actually, that's not true, because the other thing, the complete opposite is true. Do you see what I mean here? So you really have to get in there and see all the story. At this moment, you have like build a story in your mind. There's something that is going on. You're telling yourself some sort of story, and the story is kind of limiting you, and that is why you have difficulties with seeing your business with a higher revenue, because that higher revenue will bring more responsibility. It will take time away from your kids. But when you have those feelings, it takes time away from our kids. And then you have to say, no, the opposite will be true, because when I have extra revenue coming in, I am able to hire an assistant, and then I am able to do this or do that. And then I have more time for my kids. Do you see? Do you understand? When I have extra revenue, I have the opportunity to do this or do that. So really tackle and catch all the thoughts and the story that is going on inside of you, and turn all the limiting things that are holding you back, the fears, the anxiety, the worries, all those things, those are all limiting beliefs, and it's all up to you to really change them. So that's what it is. I hope that was yes, and really keep us informed, Celia. You say yes, perfect, I will work on it then. That's perfect. So I would advise you to do the work and keep us informed here in the comments. I'm going live again tomorrow. So this week it's a 3-day Q&A party, and then I will be live every week here in the group. So keep us informed, do the work, and come on live again and ask me for further advice again. Say what's popping up and what is limiting you. Maybe we can turn around some limiting ideas together when you're like, yes, but that seems to be true. Like, how can I turn it around or something when you're not sure? Just pop on again in this group and we'll work on it together. That's why I'm here. So if there are no other questions anymore, I see we are already busy for an hour already. So then I will wrap up because otherwise we're being here too long. And then I am back there for you tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm back again live in the Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman group here on Facebook. It's a private Facebook group. All the people on Instagram, you can just hop on over to Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman and ask to join. And you're more than welcome to be there. All the people who watch the replay or all the people who were here live, thank you so much for being here. All the people who send in questions, thank you so much. Loved it. Hope I helped you. So that being said, see you tomorrow.